This is a really easy mushroom pot roast or pot roast with mushroom gravy. And I've already cleaned these mushrooms, but I'm just showing you, you don't run them under water. You just take a paper towel and blot them off. This is some fresh thyme, and I'm just gently pulling the leaves from the stem. If the thyme is fragile, you can throw it in the freezer for a couple minutes to get it a little more firm, and the leaves will come off easier. Conversely, you can also use some dried thyme. So I'm going to cut this onion in half and make slices. You can also dice it, but slices are easy, and don't worry about the consistency or the thickness of those. Same with the mushrooms. Slice them up if you want. You can quarter them. You can chunk them however you like. Whatever makes your life easy to get all these mushrooms cut up. Got a big piece of chuck roast and drying it off completely with some paper towels, and I'm going to liberally salt and pepper this. This is a big piece of meat. Don't worry about how much salt. You're not going to, I can't imagine. I've never over-salted a piece of meat or heard of a piece of meat being over-salted, especially in something that's braised for so long. So we're on the stovetop now. I've got a stock pot, cast iron. Goes from the stovetop to the oven really nice. Searing this big piece of meat with a little bit of vegetable oil for about 4 to 6 minutes or until it's this nice crusty brown. Flip it, cook it for about another 4 minutes. If the pan is hot, you're going to need to reduce the heat or add a little bit more oil. This pan's a little hotter than I like, so I'm going to turn off the heat for a minute, let it cool off just for a hot second, and then add a little bit of olive oil now that I'm cooking at a lower heat. Add some onions, add a little bit of salt, and then cover and cook the onions sort of on a low until the onions are browned or translucent. Either one is fine. Throw in the mushrooms. You could also throw these in together and just cook them longer. And then cook the mushrooms. Also add a little bit of salt with that because you're learning to layer flavors. And then cook that until most of the liquid is cooked off. There's a little bit of liquid in here, and I'm going to go ahead and throw everything in, but you can also caramelize these and have no liquid. Throw in the chuck roast, throw in the thyme, and then throw in enough beef broth till it's almost covered. It doesn't have to be fully covered, but just almost works fine. Bring it to a boil, a simmer, and then throw it in the oven for an hour and a half. It's going to be 3 hours total. At an hour and a half at 300, you're going to flip it, check it. This has now been 3 hours, and this is totally tender. I'm going to take half of the sauce. You can eat this as is right now. Like, it's totally yummy, but I want a little bit creamy sauce, so I'm going to throw half of the mushrooms and half of the liquid in a blender. This is amazing because it's dairy-free and gluten-free gravy, and it blows everybody's mind. They can't even believe it doesn't have any cream in it. Anyway, mix that all back up. That way you have some chunks and some creamy gravy. And then you can serve this over egg noodles, over rice, over baked potatoes, mashed potatoes. You can find the recipe at eatsimplefood.com.